Rock stars! Eric Andreas, YourGuitarSage here. Welcome to the Guitar Show. It's March 13th, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my student who never practiced. We're going to have a blast today, my friends. We're going to answer questions, telling you about all sorts of good things that are happening right now. We have so much good stuff, and I have something very special for you guys in the middle of the program. Basically, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of so if you guys don't know about the free program, YourGuitarSage.com/30, we've literally had like almost 200,000 people go through that program. A lot of people go through that program. That being said, I've got another free program for you today, okay? Loads of amazing stuff, and I'm going to let you guys know about that today. About midway through the program, you're going to see my screen here, and I'm going to show you what I'm handing out to you guys in addition to the live stuff, to the top 30 and all that. Okay, so 4 things that I want to talk about today really quick before we jump into the title of the program and then I get to your questions, okay? Number 1, if you would, we're changing things up a little bit in the chat area. When you have a question directed towards me, please do all caps. I know, you're not screaming at me. Just do all caps and a question mark at the end. That will allow me to know that you're asking me a question, okay? I'm looking at several screens at the same time. If you would, that would make it very easy for me as opposed to how it is right now, which is not very easy, okay? Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, number 1. Number 2, the 16th, March the 16th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be live and in person at Groon Guitar. Whoop-de-doo, yeah. So we're doing a meetup. Groon Guitar, 1 p.m. It's on 8th Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee. Would love to see you guys, okay? That was number 2. Number 3, we have an Instagram post that I want to show you today. It's on Instagram of all places. There it is. And here is what you want to do if you would like to be eligible for a lifetime membership to the Unstoppable Guitar System /365. You know we give these away all the time. Why? Because we love. That's why we do it. And so we're giving another one away today. It's over a $500 value, lifetime membership of guitar lessons. How does that sound? Pretty darn good, doesn't it? Yeah, sure. So here's what you want to do. You're going to go to that post. Looks like this dude. It looks like me, blue background, all that good stuff. And you're going to do 3 things. You're going to like the post. You're going to leave a comment. Eric, you've got the most incredible hair in the world. Thank you. And then also you got to be liking or following the page. Cool? All right, that's all you got to do, and you'll be eligible to win today. Then what we do is the folks that were listening, paying attention, because it's all about focus, it's all about paying attention, and then doing what it is you need to do to get to where you want to go, right? Same thing with this. This is why we do this, is to get you focused, okay? And we like to give stuff away. So you know what to do. Some lucky winner will be picked from that today. And was there a 4th thing? Yeah. March the 23rd, I have a live broadcast about how to break down a song and a solo, guitar solo. This is for beginners to advanced players. Literally, this is going to be talking about the psychology needed in order to take a big task that you may not know how to disassemble. Learning a song, learning a guitar lesson, anything that's overwhelming to you. And I know that there's a ton of you right now that are like, the chords are overwhelming, bar chords are overwhelming, scales are overwhelming, theories are overwhelming. I mean, I know it, I hear it all day long, and I get it. But the only reason that you're feeling that way is you don't have the key to put into the lock. It's just like you got 100 wrong keys, and you keep putting it into the lock. It doesn't matter how many times you put it into that lock, it's going to be wrong. You got to have the right key. Okay, and that is what I'm going to be teaching on March the 23rd. I'm going to be showing you a sneak peek of that in probably about a half hour or so. Okay, and I'm going to make that available to everybody today. Okay, anything else? No, I don't think so. So we're going to jump straight into questions today. Oh, what is this guitar, you may ask? This is the one that we're giving away on March the 23rd. Okay, and this beautiful Stratocaster next to me. Okay. Let me jump over to YouTube first today, okay? And again, if you would, make sure you're doing all caps and a question mark. Cool? All right, nice. All right, and this way I can zing all the way to the beginning. And I'm on YouTube right now, and then I'll bump over to Facebook. Cool? All right. Eric, how are things in Nashville? Very well. Thank you so much, Gary. I really enjoy Nashville. It's cool. I've been here since 1990. Moved from Central Florida, Cocoa Beach area, where they launched the missiles. Melbourne Central Catholic is where I went to high school. Grew up in Merritt Island, Florida. Anybody joining from North Korea? All right. Hey, Eric, can you briefly describe the process you use for determining a winner of your contest? Do you just pull names out of a hat, or is there some mad science involved? Rob, it depends, but there's always some sort of randomness to it because we have so many folks. Now, we have had contests before where you have to do specific things, but that's just to kind of narrow things down a little bit. So usually there is an action, something you need to do, just like on this Instagram post. It's like there were 3 things you need to do. And then from those folks that did that, then we pick a random winner. And we have software that does that sometimes too. So we've done sweeps or giveaways before where we had the software just pick somebody out. The computer program kept up with what everybody was doing, and boom, that's how we do it. I know, we're high tech here, man. Patriot Priest was going through the 30-day program. If anybody is in the 30-day program and loves it, let folks know. Also, if you're inside of Unstoppable Guitar System, some people just don't get it yet, right? They may be new. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't show up highlighted, but the questions help. The all caps help, okay, with the questions. Thank you. Okay, do we have to sit with the guitar with this lecture? Rohit, no, you do not have to, not at all. In fact, a lot of times, well, it depends. If someone asks a question about bar chords, then I should start showing you something about bar chords, and you're like, oh crap, I need my guitar. And that'd be a great time to have your guitar. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Yeah. Jerry is in the Unstoppable Guitar System, in the UGS system already. She says, I have an awesome UGS membership. I want a t-shirt. I'll be walking Boobalicious billboard. Nice, Jerry. Well, on Saturday, I'm going to be at Groon's, and I will have some swag. Not a ton, but I'm going to have some, okay? Okay. Do you use Nashville tuning in Nashville? Chris is saying. So, Chris, Nashville tuning is really standard tuning. It's just that some of the strings are up an octave. Does that make sense? It's almost as if from my recollection of the last time I had a 12-string guitar, is that you're basically taking a 12-string guitar, which is a standard guitar, but then you're laying on top of it, another set of strings, and that guitar is tuned to Nashville tuning, which is basically the top 2 strings would be unison, and I think the bottom 4 strings are up an octave, if I recall, because I had a Nashville tuned guitar. It's also known as Nashville strung. Yeah. How do you get your hair like that? I sleep on it, and then I just get up in the morning and I go, yeah, I'm joking. I use like putty and clay and whatever I can find around the shop. I'm losing confidence playing guitar. Shravan, sounds like you're not practicing. Honestly, I'm being blunt. Oh, and speaking of not practicing, I need to tell you my story about my student here. And not being ugly. Yeah, when we lose confidence in our playing, it's typically 99.9% of the time, it's that you're not practicing enough. That's all it is. When I lose confidence in my playing, I'm not practicing enough. And I'm like, crap, that sounded bad. Geez, that wasn't very clean. It's just math. It's just how many hours are you spending on that instrument, and focus practice. You can't just be like playing the same lick, for 30 years and expect to get better. You're going to be amazing at that one lick, but you're not going to be getting better, okay? So get out of your comfort zone, get into where you're uncomfortable, and that means you're going to be growing, okay? Seriously. And Sravon, I'm not picking on you. but I'm being honest with you because there's no need in us blowing through an hour and a half here with me lying to you, right? It's about we want to get to that next level, and that takes being honest. So let me tell you about my student here really quickly, my student who never practiced. So many of you know that before YouTube and before I was teaching online and what have you, and somewhat during that time, I was teaching one-on-one up to 70-something lessons a week. So quite busy and loved it. It was all word of mouth and absolutely loved teaching one-on-one. Loved it. Every single day I would get done, I'd be tired, but it was fantastic. I loved pouring myself into people and I could get that one-on-one and anyhow. So I had students of all sorts for years, decades, and I mean, I've taught thousands of one-on-one lessons. And of course, there were folks that were dedicated in practice, and of course, there were folks that weren't as dedicated. And inevitably, the ones that practiced always got better. The ones that didn't practice never got better. It's just basic math. It's really, really simple, but that's the thing that most people don't get. Well, specifically, I had one student. I won't name him Igor, but anyhow, we'll hypothetically call this guy Igor. What was his name? He never practiced. And this guy was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He still is. I think he's taking he's like some sort of chemistry major or something, getting his PhD right now. Super duper smart kid from Russia. Anyhow, so he would come in and he loved heavy metal and he wanted to learn how to play guitar. And I said, let's do it. And he seemed really excited to do it at first. And after the first few weeks, he just didn't seem to be improving. And I'm like, well, how much are you practicing? And he's like, well, I'm not really practicing. I practice here. And I'm like, well, this isn't practice. This is a lesson. Like, you take what I teach you and then you go home and you practice. He didn't do it. And I, kept trying to encourage him. Well, this went on for years, literally years, enough to where I told his parents several times, I said, he's just burning through your money. I love Igor. He's a great guy. And I love talking with him. Heck, I felt like a counselor half the time. But nonetheless, he wasn't moving forward. And they said, well, we want to keep him in it. And I said, okay. So we did that. And that went on for, 4 or 5 years. I think I was teaching him the verse to Crazy Train. It was like Groundhog Day. Anyhow, so he practiced for 4 years, spent thousands of dollars with me, and still would not be very good at playing the verse to Crazy Train. So what's the lesson there? It's to practice, and it's to be real with yourself and be like, dude, I suck. I want to suck less, so I'm going to practice, and then inevitably, that's the formula. It's just science. It's very simple. But seriously, if you want to get better, it's all about practice. You can, all the excuses in the world might make your hiney feel better, pat you on the hiney, but that's not going to get you where you want to get to, okay? And that's not my job. My job is to get you to the next level, all right? All right, oh, look at you guys. I love that you are doing all caps. I really appreciate that, all right? Beautiful. Albert, the purpose of a 12-string guitar is basically just a different sound. It's the higher notes, right? So like in an orchestra, we've got the double basses and we've got the piccolo flutes at the top and everything in between. And so when we have that nice big spectrum, it sounds fuller, okay? Think of the difference between a kid's nursery rhyme and, say, Pink Floyd, or listening to a symphony, right? There's lows and highs and there's just everything, the big spread. And that a Nashville strung guitar helps in that because it's giving you some different voices, okay? Yes, indeed. I believe you're right. I believe Hey You is Nashville tuning or 12-string, one of the two. I'd have to listen to it again, but I think you're right. I think it's Nashville strung. Okay. Scales, better or are chords better? That's like saying, are women better or men better? Or is an apple better or a banana better? It just is, right? Can't have one without the other. I mean, sure you could, but scales are one note at a time, if you will. Chords are harmony. So, well, let's address that for a minute. When it comes to music, we have both. We have harmony, right? We have melody. We've got other things, rhythm and duration, rests and that sort of thing. Volume, right? We've got dynamics. But when it comes to, and now I've lost my train of thought here, the chords and melody, we've got harmony, which is when we stack notes on top of each other, right? Like a chord. As opposed to a melody, one note at a time. I need to get a different patch than that because we're out in space there. But nonetheless, they're both important, right? It's a different dimension, if you will, to music. Do I still enjoy one-on-one lessons as much as online? Celeste, I do, but I really don't teach one-on-one lessons anymore unless, I take that back. I'll do it with Skype, and every now and then I will have someone come into town who they really, really want to meet with me, and I'm like, look, for the price of meeting with me here a couple, 3 times, you could easily have a lifetime membership of lessons with the same guy, and it would get you so much further. So I say that all the time, but still people want to meet with me. So I do that, but not very often, and because honestly, the online thing is just taking so much of my time, and I love it so much because here's the deal. Someone asks a question, and I answer it. Not only did that person get their question answered, but everybody else who is wondering that same thing, which is like a ton of people. Trust me, you're asking these questions, somebody else is thinking it too, All right, good. Do you know how to play any other instrument other than guitar? Well, if you know how to play guitar, you almost immediately have the construct of how to play bass, okay? You're not going to be a bass player per se unless you're practicing like a bass, right? But you basically, the bottom 4 strings of a guitar are E, A, D, G. A bass, if you pick that up, it's E, A, D, G, but they're down 1 octave. So immediately, if you know where a G chord is on the guitar, you would know where a G is at on the bass, so you know how to play bass immediately, right? If you have a guitar, then you know how to play ukulele, technically, because really, if you were to take a capo it at the 5th fret, then that's basically a ukulele, okay? I'm leaving one other slight detail out there just because it's going to confuse you more, but that, if you take a capo, go right there at the 5th fret, you've got a ukulele, okay? So if you learn all the forms and stuff like that, they're transferable on the guitar, on the ukulele. Same way. Thank you, Eric, for teaching me 2 other instruments in like 30 seconds. You're welcome. Okay, seriously, I've got videos, I think, on both of those. Pretty sure. Okay, Steve is asking, is it better to start with the 30-day or 365? Steve, here's the deal. Okay, and folks, I'm going to tell you about a couple things here. There's different ways that if you like what I'm doing on YouTube, if you want to get more, I've got the first 30, what we call the first 30, or the top 30 lessons I teach. If you visit me here in Nashville, I'd be teaching those 30 lessons, the first 30 lessons. YourGuitarSage.com/30. It's a free course. Check it out, okay? I'm not going to go into all the detail for those folks that watch me all the time. I don't want to wear them out, all right? Just trust me. Go there. 365 is a program that I've designed that has 365 exercises that are segmented into days of the week that graduate over 52 weeks. So, for instance, Sunday it might be finger picking, and you're going to start off really easy the first week, and then after the 52nd week, you're going to be like Chet Atkins, right? Woo! Subskip. Thank you, brother, for starting the lunch fun. Yes, Sage. Thank you for always progressing, all caps suggestion. How else can we humble Padawans? I've never heard of that. Padawans help make their sessions go smoothly. Thank you, Craig. Thank you so much. Really, I love the all caps. It's helping already. Helping my eyes. I can just go boom. So thank you so much. The lunch fun is officially started. Boom. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, when you hear a little music there every now and then, it means that someone on YouTube has donated money towards the lunch fund, so the boys in the other room there in the dungeon can actually eat. Finally, they get, yeah, see, they're clapping back there. They get to have, sun. I let them out in the sun for a little bit every day too. Keeps them happy. And so you donating money like that literally goes to our lunch fund. We go out to lunch afterwards and have a blast. And there's a little button on YouTube, smiley face, and then you'll see a little money sign. I think they have it for Facebook too. We're looking into that, okay, for those folks on Facebook. Okay, coolio. Back to 365. 365, 365 lessons after 52 weeks in these 7 different fields, 7 different focuses, 1 day a week, right? If you stick to the program, you're going to be so much more dexterous on the guitar. Even helps with some theory. Okay, that being said, there's also a trial of the whole enchilada. It's like over 1,000 videos, step-by-step format, beginner, intermediate, advanced, da-da-da-da. I could go into all that. So really, the best thing to do, Steve, is to go to YourGuitarSage.com/UGS. And then you see all the different options. Anybody who's wanting to know more about lessons with me, do that. YourGuitarSage.com/UGS, and then you'll get all the things that are available to you. Cool? All right. Love it. How much should I spend on a first guitar? Javon is saying. It really depends. If you don't know that you're going to play, I don't know if I would spend a whole lot in the beginning. Me, I like to earn things. I like to know that I've earned them. But with that being said, Javon, watch, I think it's video 2 and video 3 of the free program, YourGuitarSage.com/30. Anybody having a question about a guitar that they should be buying, watch those 2 videos. They're there for you for free. And basically, it's going to show you how to pick out a guitar, even if you know nothing about guitars. I mean, who knows something about guitars when they buy a guitar? They don't, right? They're just trusting dude at the store, their friend who has been playing guitar for like a week longer than them, right? So, but there's some things that one needs to know. You have them within you already, but they have to be awoke. They got to be woken up. You know what I'm talking about? You've got to arouse them. And then you'll be able to literally play guitars and go, nope, or yep, cool. But you got to watch that video. Okay? Woo! Steve Phillips, what's up, brother? Thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. And folks, if you do a donation like that, I like to always say, yo, and get to those folks' questions first, right? So there you go. Have I met Justin or Marty from YouTube? I have not physically shook either of their hands, but I've spoken with both of those gents on the phone many times. And Justin did an interview with me like last year sometime, I believe. So yeah, both really cool guys. All right, thank you so much, Michael. See you Saturday. Sweet. Michael's coming to our Groons meetup that we're doing, friends. This Saturday, the 16th at Groons, 1 p.m. I'll be there for a couple hours. We'll talk about guitars. I'll introduce you to some of the folks at the store. If you've never been to Groons, oh my God, you're in for a treat. There's some beautiful guitars there. A lot of vintage instruments and some new instruments as well. So join us this Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Groon. Yeah. I want to learn some easy solos on acoustic. Are there any? No, not really. I mean, no, there's not really. I mean, here's the deal. On acoustic guitar, your strings are higher. You're going to be playing up the neck. There's bends, everything else. There's not a lot of solos out there. But why easy? Why you say easy? Like, why are you even saying that? How about nice? How about beautiful? Like, why easy? Because you're not expecting a lot of yourself? Because if that's the reason, you need to change that. Seriously. All right. How to start teaching guitar online. Jeremy, you answered your own question. Start teaching guitar online. Get online, get a YouTube channel, and start teaching. That's it, literally. I'm not joking. The way you find out how to do, look, in 2006, YouTube had just come around. No one knew what they were doing. Now you've got people who you can follow and go, I like what he does. I like what he does. This all caps thing was, I was at Groon last night watching Robin Ford and Steve Krenz from Learn and Play Guitar, and met Steve, super sweet guy, and I was with Desi Cerna, by the way, who was going to be here next week. I'll be telling you about that. But anyhow, they did the whole all caps thing, and I'm like, that's a great idea. We need to do that because that makes things so much easier. So, how did I get off on that question? I don't even know. Don't see a smiley donation face. It's not a smiley donation face. There's a smiley face. There's an emoji, and then next to that, there's a little money sign. That's how folks are doing that. Cool. Oh, a Jedi in training. Okay, beautiful. I need to order a practice amp for my new Brian May special. Would a Vox be good? Yeah, I mean, like an AC30 or an AC15. Yeah, those are amazing. This is not a 59 Les Paul. Twish it were, but it is not. Are you going to upload any more ukulele videos? Jerry, if I could clone myself, yes. I'm hoping that I can get little E, hoping I can get my little guy to start like teaching. Wouldn't that be so fun? Get him teaching on the ukulele or something. Yeah, so I would love him. I would love to kind of hand that off to him. Okay, cool. Can you give a rundown on how picks affect tone? I can give you a basic idea, Chris. And then in just a moment, guys, I'm going to show you inside of this another free course that I have for you that's even more advanced. Okay, so hold on a minute. I'm going to show you this. Like literally, we're going to go to my computer in a minute, and I'm going to show you what's up. Okay, but yeah, when it comes to picks, here you go. This is how to think about it. Acoustic guitars feel better. This is general rules of thumb, right? This isn't true for everybody, but most people. Thinner picks are going to feel better. Get a nice nylon pick or something that's thin that isn't going to tear up, okay? Like Fender Thins, they tear up, right? They snap. But get something that's got like nylon in it or that's made. You just ask the local folks at your store. It's great for strumming. On the electric guitar, especially if we're doing more solo type stuff, we typically want to make the picks thicker because we're looking for more accuracy. So it's just like if you're doing anything, if you have not a lot of hair up top, you're not going to probably use you might use a brush, right? Usually you're going to use a comb because you're not going to have to tangle through anything. But if you have friggin' just crazy locks of curly hair going everywhere, you're not taking a comb to it, right? So in the same way with picks, you would want to use a harder pick to play more intricate type stuff, right? Because you're not like just going across all the strings. But if you're playing acoustic, you're going across all the strings, usually strumming, and you want a pick that's going to give. Make sense? Okay, good. Now, here's the deal, folks. I'm going to get to Facebook questions in just one moment, okay? But what I want to do is I want to take you guys over to a series. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me pull this up here. Okay. Is this it? Pretty sure. Hang in there with me for 1 second. On March the 23rd, we are doing this broadcast. And when you sign up, yeah, here we go. This is it. So when you sign up, I give you a whole nother course. Literally, it's free, right? So here's the deal. This is the one that's on March the 23rd, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, how to break down a solo, how to break or a solo or a song. This is for beginners to advanced. It's the one we're giving away $6,000 worth of goodies, including these two guitars, okay? But before then, I always like to give you something to look at so that you're in the headspace and that when we do meet for that 1 hour and then 3 hours of questions, if you want, for that 1 hour, we can drill down and take care of business and you know what we're talking about. It's not like we're like, no, wait, now where's the syllabus? I don't have a pencil. You know, all this stuff. You're like, boom, psh, go, let's do this, okay? So let's take a look at my screen here. This is, oh, nice. We got another donation. Beautiful. Who's this? Who this? Marshall. Thank you so much, Marshall. So kind of you, my friend. I love it. Yeah, if you're doing a donation like that and you want a shout out, let me know. If you got a question, let me know, okay? I saw you noticing my beautiful YGS mug. You can find these at shopygs.com. Dear Lord, we got so many URLs. It's kind of silly. Okay, so let's go to this. So here's the deal. When you sign up for this, and we probably have a link inside the description of this video. If not, you're going to go here. You're going to go to YourGuitarSage.com/gold top giveaway. Is that right, Mike?
That's correct.
Thank you, sir. Gold top giveaway. Okay, maybe we'll put it in the chat, or if someone else can make sure that it's up and all that good stuff. It is. Then you can post it in the thread for everybody. Cool. So once you sign up for this thing on March 23rd, totally free. Everything's free on this. Then bingo, bango, Django, I'm going to send you this course that we're looking at right now. Okay. And basically, this is several courses in one here. Actually, let me do this for just one moment. This is going to freak you guys out, but that's okay. This is inside. This is like backdoor stuff that I'm showing you here. You guys are in there already. You know what I'm talking about. This is the library section, right? Because we have over 1,000 videos up here now. I've been a busy boy, and we've got to break it up into areas like whatever it is that you're interested in. I don't want, it's not just crazy videos. There's order, right? Surprisingly, coming from me. But there is, I promise you. Okay, so this is how to break down a song or solo. And basically, I'm giving you 3 courses in one. I'm going to blaze through this super quickly. I use something called the inventory breakdown method. This is just something I came up with of like how I break stuff down, and I started writing it down, like what it is, like how I think about stuff. And I just started writing this down. I used something called looping and chunking. That was something that I stole from Tony Robbins, who he stole from somebody else, I'm sure. And then slow it down, break it down, something else, just the way that I think about music. It allows me to take big things of music, big pieces of music, fast pieces of music, and break them down to their aspects. Once you understand, I can break that thing down just like I did those other 3 songs with Eric, and then bingo, bango, Django, you're rocking and rolling and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here we go. So how to break down a solo is a little welcome video here. This is the inventory breakdown method, and basically I'm teaching you how to play a little version of the 12-bar blues in the key of E, okay? Basically, we're looking at it and we're saying, okay, well, there's chords. We got to know those chords. We got to know how to put the chords together. We got to learn the rhythm. We got to learn that little guitar lick, and we break down the asset pieces. We learn how to do it, and then we get behind scenes and understand that all those pieces go together. So all the while you're learning a song, I'm tricking you to understand the psychology and training you to be able to do this with any piece of music that you look at. Okay, and then I do this with a finger picking piece that you're gonna absolutely love. Okay, several measures here. It's breaking it down basically into I first play it for you, and then we talk about the chords and the technique involved. Talk about the bass line because it's a polyphonic piece. There's a bass line going while there's a melody going, and then I teach you the melody. Okay, here's the melody. This is what it sounds like. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna break it down to measures: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the verse. There's a little change up section, and then there's the verse section. And if we take all the assets, put them together, bingo bango, you've got this piece, okay? And this is how to do anything. You can take these techniques and apply them to every part of your life: diet, health, relationship, whatever. And if you get behind this psychology, you'll be like, oh crap, whatever. Insert the blank there. It's a life changer, okay? I used to not do this. Now I do it, and I mean, it's like whatever I'm facing, I can break these things down. I know it sounds real heady, but I promise you, it's very valuable stuff. You're going to be moved by it. And then how to break down a solo. One of the most classic guitar solos. I won't even tell you what it is, but one of the most classic guitar solos right in there, showing you how to break it down, how to think about it so that you can do that with other guitar solos, okay? And then by the end of it, you're going to have all of this knowledge, like all of this ability, okay? And it's going to prep you for March the 23rd. So for those folks that want to sign up for this, do it now. YourGuitarSage.com/gold top giveaway. You're going to see lots of videos from me regarding this on Facebook, on YouTube, on all my social stuff, because it's a big deal. We're giving away over $6,000 worth of guitar stuff, giving these 2 guitars away, lifetime memberships, the Unstoppable Guitar System, and a whole bunch more, okay? So join us for that, March 23rd. All right, that's it. Let's get to some more questions here. 3 other things really quickly. All caps for your questions from now on, okay? You see somebody writing all caps, you're like, why are they doing that? They're screaming at them? No, they're not. That's what we're doing. I know you're not screaming at me. I appreciate it. All caps, question mark, if you want your questions answered. Those are the only ones I'm going to see. as we get more people in the chat, it's moving faster, right? So that would help me a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, so all caps. Number 2, this Saturday, March 16th, 1 p.m., Groons Guitar, doing a meetup there. Join me there, okay? It's free, it's fun. Play some amazing guitars. On 3, there's an Instagram post. I would love for you guys to go to this Instagram post. By doing so, if you do this, these 3 things that I'm going to tell you right here, then it will put you in the running to win a lifetime membership to the Unstoppable Guitar System /365. Today, okay, we give these things away often, so here you go. This is for today. So what you need to do here is like it, comment on it, and obviously you make sure that you're following me on Instagram. Cool? That was number 3. My number 4 is the broadcast, okay, March 23rd. Okay, here we go. Let's get into some questions now. This is going to be over on the Facebook, as my mom calls it. All right, here we go. And same thing on Facebook here. If you guys can do all caps, that would be super duper helpful, okay? All right, good. Am I getting royalties for this broadcast since I'm talking about you, Scott? You'd have to know, I'd have to let me know specifically what you're talking about there, but yeah. I mean, I know sometimes I'll say things and you're like, dude, he's talking about me. It's because we're all very similar with this, friends. There's nobody who plays guitar that I've ever met that's like, man, I'm exactly where I want to be. A little bit better, actually. I've never met somebody like that. Everybody's like, God, I'm not where I want to be. I was watching Robin Ford last night. If you guys don't know who Robin Ford is, he played with Miles Davis and George Harrison and, dear God, like all these classics. Anyhow, he's an amazing guitar player. And he was talking about how these other guitar players were better than him and he couldn't do this and couldn't do that. And it's just like, I've never not seen it, especially from some of the bigger guys. You know, they're like, I am where I'm at, you know, I want to get better and that's it. And that's the attitude to have. So just understand that. If you think that you should practice guitar for just a few minutes and get really, really good, then I can't help you. And that's really kind of conceited, to be quite honest with you. If you think that you practice long enough and you deserve to be better than you're playing, you've got to understand that mentality is going to get you nowhere, but it's not going to get you anywhere. You've got to take ownership of your shit and go, I'm not playing well. Why am I not playing well? Well, I'm not practicing like I should be, or I don't know what to practice. That's where I can help you, okay? So I got to do this every now and then, my friends, because my job, again, is to get you to the next level, not to pat bottoms, right? All right, so that's enough of the preaching. All right, here we go. Let me get to some questions. I got to all the questions there on Facebook. Here we go. YouTube, okay? Yes, Ryan says, is it safe to assume the giveaway link is the same one given out originally? No additional links or changes. Yes, that's correct, indeed. Like Ryan maybe, he may be inside the Unstoppable Guitar System, or he's seen this link from something else that I've posted here recently. So Ryan, same one for this giveaway, not the last giveaway, which was in November, okay? Comments appear to be blocked on Instagram. I don't think so. Is there anybody else that's commented on it? Because if so, then there's something up with your scenario. I don't think we're blocking anything on Instagram or anywhere for that matter. How much practice daily is enough? Depends on if you want to be good or not. If you're totally fine with mediocrity, then don't practice that much. If you're totally good with sucking, practice less than that. If you want to be really, really good, well, practice like you might be passionate about it, like you actually do want to be good, like you do want to impress people, like you do want to change the world. That's how to practice guitar. Otherwise, watch TV. Do something that's entertaining you, you know. I don't know. I don't know why sometimes people get into guitar and they expect that it's going to do the thing. Guitar just sits there. It doesn't do anything. You've got to make the music come alive. You got to dig in the dirt, you know, and all that stuff is within you. But you got to find it. You got to search for it. It doesn't pour out of you, right? You got to dig for it. Oh my God, Eric is brainwashing us into being guitarists. It's true, you guys got dirty brains if you're thinking that you suck or if you think that you're incapable of doing this or that or the other thing. You got dirty brains and you need them clean. So yeah, I'm brainwashing you. Sure am. All right. I used to do this thing all the time with my wife. We play, what's it called? What's it called? Shuffleboard, right? I do this shuffleboard, and she's really good at it, and I'm a little bit better, but sometimes, actually, she beats me sometimes. Anyhow, so I do this thing with her, which usually we're on the same team, and we just mop up. But nonetheless, when we go against each other, I'll do this thing where I'll do like the whole Jedi mind trick like that to her, and it literally messes her up, and she hates it because she gets all up in her head. So it's a lot of fun. Nashville Numbering? Question mark. Yes, do it. Learn it. And I've got videos on it. Just search Your Guitar Sage, Nashville Number. I was talking with Greg at Groon Guitars yesterday. He's the top dog in the shop department. So he's responsible for all the fixing of all the guitars there when all the stars come in with their guitars. And I was talking with Greg last night, and he was asking me, we were talking about the Nashville number system. So, because he's a rock guitar player, just did a video on this, and he feels like, okay, I can play all this stuff. Like he's this great shredder, metal player, but then when it comes to improvisation, he feels kind of lost. And Nashville tends to be a place that's so, and reasonably so, not reasonably, but it makes sense. They're so into improvisation, be able to come up with stuff right off the cuff. Nashville is so hell-bent on that because in the studio, that's what you do. You hear a song one time, you're cutting the first time, and it sounds like a record, okay? Because they're that good. The musicians are that good. So Nashville really prides themselves on that. But the reason they get like that is because they are understanding the Nashville number system, and they're thinking things in ways that are much more simple and much smarter than complicating things. I don't know why people try to complicate things. So definitely get into the Nashville number system. It absolutely makes all the difference in the world, Eric, where was I born? I'm picking up on some Southern twang. Jimbo, yeah, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I grew up in Florida, which is kind of a transient. Some people say it's a transient state, because so many people are in and out of Florida. But nonetheless, no one really has an accent there. So anything that you're hearing is because I moved to Nashville for sure. And my friends from Florida would say that all the time. Yeah. All right. What's the best way to build endurance for faster and really long solos? Thank you so much, Nitro. What's the best way to build endurance? Just like anything else, you push up against your comfort zone. If you're comfortable, you are not building your endurance. You are not building your speed. I promise you. You could practice a scale for 75 years, and if you're practicing it at the same tempo, you're never going to get faster at it. You're going to be super good at practicing it slow. You might be able to play it faster than what you're doing. But what I'm saying is you're not going to build any speed doing that. You always, listen to me, this is a life lesson. If you want to build your speed, if you want to build your understanding of theory, if you want to build your understanding of your mate, of your child, of yourself, you have to push against your comfort zone. If you're comfortable, you are in a sucky place. You're not going to get better at whatever it is you're doing, okay? I don't care what it is. So I try to make myself uncomfortable in all these different situations specifically because it makes you grow. Whether it's working out or if I'm picking up the guitar, it's always something that's pushing against what is uncomfortable for me. You can do that with social situations. You can do that with whatever. Take some thinking. You got to think, now what is it that I suck at? And what is my comfort zone? A lot of people don't know what the comfort zone is because they're in it, right? All right, where's my couch? I did away with the couch. It wasn't very comfortable, and when guests were here, it was kind of weird. Where do I start if I want to learn fingerstyle guitar? Benjamin, start in the free course, YourGuitarSage.com/30. I have a lesson there for you all about finger picking with, 20 or 30 different exercises. and I teach you how to use those exercises. By the end of that program, you're going to know, by the end of those exercises in that program, you're going to literally be like, dude, I'm off to the races, okay? All right. Sometimes I might skip a question if there's nothing really to say. Like, for instance, someone saying, thoughts on a Roland Cube 40 GX amp. I've never tried it before, so instead of taking the time to answer it, I might skip something like that, okay? No offense there, my friend. Just never tried it before, and just for the sake of everybody here, I might skip some if I see that it doesn't make sense, right? What beginner guitar should I buy? Benjamin's asking. Benjamin, there's a few different things that I would advise you to do. Watch the first two, watch video 2, video 3 of the free course, YourGuitarSage.com/30. The link is in the description of this video. Watch videos 2, video 3, because I talk about how to buy a guitar. Even if you know nothing about guitars, just watch that. You're going to understand what I'm talking about when you watch it. Okay, there it is. Bam, right? Number 2, I have some suggestions if you cannot go into a store and try some guitars and do what I tell you in these videos. If you can't do that and you're just buying online, let's say you're in some remote part of the desert where FedEx comes out to you or whatever, then, and you're just like, I got to buy online, sorry. Okay, then go to kit.com/YourGuitarSage. Kit.com/YourGuitarSage is a place where I've put suggestions for, you know, exactly what you're asking. Capos, tuners, guitars, amps, all that good stuff, okay? Cool. How to use the most powerful scale in the world, Nathan is saying. Nathan, watch my video on that, right? The most powerful scale in the world. It's the Pentatonic Scale. It can be used in any key, major and minor. It can be used in jazz, blues, rock, name it, reggae. It's used everywhere, and it just works. If you understand how to use it, it's so simple, but it's like understanding how to do it. Whenever I've watched a magician who does sleight of hand really well, and then they show you the trick, if you get a magician lucky enough to tell you that, then when they do the thing, whatever it is with their hand, you go, oh, that's all you're doing? Well, I can do that. And then you do it, and you're like, yeah, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't look the same as what this guy was doing, right? Because he got really, really good at that one thing. Pentatonic Scale is the same way. It's very simple, and you can be like, well, here I am, I'm playing it, doesn't sound very good. Trust me, if you understand how to use the Pentatonic Scale, you can do a lot with it. Sometimes you might have to throw a little bend in there, a little vibrato, a little nuanced slide up or down or something like that, hammer-ons, pull-offs. But when you do so with the right type of phrases, boy, oh boy, it comes alive, okay? Trust me. Watch, I tell you what, Nathan, you want to use that scale really well? Watch my video that's on YouTube, and it's called Minimalistic Blues. Search Your Guitar Sage Minimalistic Blues or just Minimalistic Blues. You'll find it. I have a whole section of that inside the UGS, okay? Okay, looking for those with the all caps, right? Is guitar playing similar to banjo playing? I mean, you're using strings, and yeah, as far as like the left hand and stuff, if you can play chords on the guitar, then when you go to banjo, it's nothing. I mean, it's just right there. It's ready for you. So you got half of the banjo. So today I taught you how to play bass, ukulele, and half of the banjo. So you're welcome. Seriously, banjo is super fun. The chords are different, but like you won't have any problem fretting chords on the banjo. Super easy, okay? Way easier than guitar. Banjo is all about the picking hand, and there's some real specific rules to it. I took some banjo for a while, loved it for a few months, and then I just didn't keep up with it because I have like 10 million things that I keep up with, and banjo fell to the wayside. That being said, it's all about the rolls. It's all about picking. And so it's similar, you know? All right. All right, I'm zinging all the way down to the bottom here again. Any tips for changing quickly to open E tuning from standard? John, no. There's no quick tips for it other than maybe having a clip-on tuner or something like that, right? Or I tell you what, there is something called a Polytune. I think it's called Polytune. I've got one. Polytune, yes. It's made by TC Electronic. And if you're going from, E open to standard, with Polytune, basically you can hit the pedal, strum all 6 strings, and then tune that A, D, and G string back to standard, because it will show you in real time all of them all at once. So you go, boo, boo, boo. Do it real quick. That's about the only thing I would say that might be a trick or a tip, you know. Otherwise, you can use, I think it's called the third hand capo or something, where basically it frets the frets for you, like in a chord form or something like that. Now, you're probably using open E for slide, so that's not going to really help you. But if it's not, and you're fine with playing standard up here, but you want those droney E major notes, then that third hand, I think it's called third hand capo or something like that, or partial capos. You can look those up too. The clip-on tuner that I have is a Snark, and I don't know if I necessarily recommend them, other than they're just like $7 or $8 on Amazon. You can get them, you know, I have them all over the studio, and they're super accurate. They're super cool. I love them. Yeah. Okay. Have I heard magician Matt Franco play? I have not. Practicing harmonic minor, 3 notes per string. Any advice? Jonathan, yes. If you're in the Unstoppable Guitar System, watch my videos on economy picking. I have a whole section on economy picking. Because if you're picking 3 notes per string, you can use economy picking very, what's the word? It dovetails very nicely into economy picking. I'll show you why in just a moment. And I have a video for this on YouTube as well. You can just search YourGuitarSage economy. I'm pretty sure I've got a video for that, okay? So what economy picking does is this. So like, let's say we're playing G major, okay? Woo! Oh, so kind. Look, someone just donated $20. Les Paul Moray. Les Paul Moray, thank you so much, my friend. You rule. Thank you so much. So kind. Okay, here we go. So let's say I'm playing the G major scale. Right? Just playing just your basic scale there. 2 notes on this string. 3 notes on the next string. 3 notes on the next string. But we could also play it 3 notes per string, okay, like this. This is all inside UGS. I don't have the, you know, I don't have a chart or something for you right now on this, but essentially you're playing the same thing, but like this. And I'm playing 3 notes per string, so I have 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, and 4, 5. Well, we can follow that procedure, 3 notes per string, right? But now I'm just doing standard alternate alternate picking, okay? That's just standard up and down every single time, no matter what. Yes, no matter what, okay? Just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, always. But what economy picking says, it says when you need to, or when it's more convenient, pick up or down depending on which direction your pick is going in the first place. So for instance, if I pick the first 2, I go down, or the first 3, 4 I'll say, I go down, up, down. Now because my hand is going down already, the next note on the next string I'm going to pick as down. Sorry. So for instance, instead of going down, up, down, up, down, passing my note, and then coming back up and hitting. Instead of doing that, we go down, up, down, down. We keep our hand going. Watch. Down, up, down, down. Okay, so I didn't have to make a whole nother movement. Someone might say, well, boy, that would take me some time to figure out, and boy, that's inconvenient. Well, if that's the right way of doing it, wouldn't you prefer, if you're going to do that a few more thousand times in your life, wouldn't you prefer doing it right? Instead of, you know, take the time to learn it right, instead of not taking the time and never getting it right? The answer is yes. So what you would want to do is this. If you were playing the scale, you could go. So I'm going down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay. Now, for some of you, you're like, dude, that's too much. Like, I don't understand. And I don't expect you to just understand. Some of you can get that right away, right? We're all in a different place on the continuum of learning guitar. And there's no free ride. Everybody goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till they get better, right? There is no skipping anything. So you're at where you're at. If you don't understand this stuff today, it's okay. I've got the stuff for you to help you. But look up some stuff on economy picking. Get familiar with it. And like I say, inside UGS, I have a whole system for it. And that being said, Jonathan, you can do this with, diminished scales. You could do this with harmonic minor. Just do it with all, So someone's asking you, isn't it better to do that with legato? That's like saying, is it better to do that with a big brush or a little brush or red as opposed to green or whatever? Well, that's individual. That's completely subjective. So, you can play things with hammer-ons, right? Yeah. You can do that, or you could pick them. It depends on the sound that you're going for there, Ian. So if you want that picked sound, then legato or not picking would not be good. It just depends on what you want to do, Can I teach you personally? Benjamin, I can, but my personal price is very, very expensive. And you just said you're broke. So probably not. I'm joking. No, I would love to. I would love to teach everybody like that for free, right? But alas, the wife won't let me, likes the lights on and stuff like that. So all that to say, but I've got so many free lessons. There's just I am basically teaching you personally. I've got 1,000 lessons for you for free, not including the ones that I'm giving you today in the free course. There's a ton of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Okay, best introduction pieces, exercises for efficient hybrid picking practice. Thanks. Painkiller. Don't worry about exercises. Practice a lick. Practice a hybrid picking lick that you want to learn. But I don't know any. But you want a hybrid pick? So why do you want a hybrid pick if you don't know any? So you know some, right? Either you're listening to some Brett Mason or Brad Paisley or something like that. Learn the guitar solo for Me Neither by Brad Paisley. That's a killer hybrid picking solo. Learn a solo while you're doing it, because exercises are great. I have a whole course on exercises, but they're specifically to pull you out of your comfort zone. And that's important sometimes. We have to pull ourselves out of our comfort zone, and it takes saying, do this now, wake up at this time and do this, because otherwise we're just going to lay in bed or do whatever it is that we do. Play the same old thing all the time, okay? So it's really important to pull yourself out. These exercises pull you out of that. But what I'm saying to you, Painkiller, is if you really want to get good at hybrid picking, focus on a lick, and then you can have something specifically, something tangible to play, right? Yeah. All right. Good. Great questions. What should I do if I want to start to learn sheet music on guitar? Benjamin's saying. Benjamin, I have a book that's on Amazon. It's called How to Read Music. It's all about how to read music. And so that's where to check it out, okay? Benjamin loves Brad Paisley. Cool. I saw Brad Paisley about a week ago in the little place that I go eat breakfast at every week. In fact, the boys and I will see him in there occasionally. That's where he goes and likes to drink coffee. It's pretty cool. You're like, it's Brad Paisley. My friend can play some classic rock songs, but he doesn't know his chords. Will the chords help me be more flexible to learning these songs or writing songs? Thaddeus, yes, chords will do that, but just make sure they're the right chords, because there's thousands of chords. Start with the 9 essential chords that are in the free program I'm giving you today, YourGuitarSage.com/30. The reason that they're the 9 essential chords is you literally could play them for decades and play millions of songs and never have any need for any other chords. So they're the chords you're going to use the most, okay? Why wouldn't you start with that instead of the other thousands of chords that you could be playing, right? So it's important to know which chords you would need. But yes, it definitely would help, Can I play some other instruments? Yes, I mentioned earlier, I play bass, I play ukulele, I play a little bit of piano, a little bit of drums, I mean, I'm always picking up different instruments and kind of noodling. So once you know how to play one instrument, everything else just kind of happens. You know what I mean? You start going, oh, well then this goes here and this is that pattern, and it makes sense. You know. So yeah, you do too. As I've shown you, if you play guitar, you understand bass and you understand ukulele, right out of the gate. Okay, pretty cool stuff. All right. Eric, what's your favorite guitar? Benjamin, I think it may be this Fender Strat. It's either that or the Les Paul. Or the SG. I really like the SG a lot too. So, one of those three. Oh, but then there's the Les Paul Special. I like that one a lot too. So those are my four favorite. Those are my four favorite. I love those. Fretlight is now wireless. Ooh, are they? I need to get one. They sent me one way back in the day when they were kind of in their infancy stage, and it was not a really good guitar. It didn't tout it as being some great guitar. It felt like a little student model, but it worked and all. But I'd have to see them again. There are some applications for Fretlight that I could see that I really would want to integrate with what I'm doing here. I need to talk to those guys because it's cool technology. All right, good. I have a Strat, I have a Tele, and I have a Les Paul. Eric, what's my next guitar? John, I really like the Variax Tyler, what's it called? Shoot, it's right here. I'm just going to get it. I know that's not supposed to step off camera, but my damn show, I get to do whatever I want, right? All right, so here you go. It's a Variax James Tyler. This guitar right here is so cool. Why? Because it's a modeling guitar. So I've got all these guitars that are authentic vintage guitars, but I don't own a 12-string Rickenbacker. I don't own a 12-string Guild acoustic guitar. And this guitar will literally emulate all of those other guitars. And it's modeling, of course, so it's not like having, I think it does 25 different types of guitars. It's not like owning 25 different guitars, but it is pretty darn close. I mean, like, you run it through run it through all your stuff and you're recording it, and now all of a sudden you're like, dude, that's a Rickenbacker. It's crazy. Check it out. And they're really not that expensive. I think this, for what it provides, this is sub $1,500. Okay, it's between $1,000 and $1,500. It's called a Variax. That's what you want to look for. Okay, David Gilmour is the Houdini of the pentatonic scale. That's a great way of describing him. Yeah. How to make the most of a daily 1-hour practice, how to structure it, especially if you want to improve acoustic and electric playing. Thanks, you're awesome. Painkiller. Okay, Painkiller, it's a good question. Now, obviously, what I would do, I automatically break stuff down. I'd say acoustic half hour, electric a half hour, and then I would practice specifically. If you only have an hour a day, you don't have a ton of time. You don't want to be like just practicing scales, right? What you want to do is you want something to show the world. We want to make music. No one steps on stage and plays scales. Okay, everybody's playing songs. So you want to do the same thing. If you're just learning scales, learning chords, but you're not making music, then what's the point, right? That's like studying a language and never talking, never writing. That'd be weird. You're just listening, right? So don't do that. So, split the day up, and then I would say have a specific song on both of those that you're going after. You're learning a guitar solo or whatever it is that you love doing, and do that. Learn it that way. Then this way, when you get done, you've got something, and then you can move on to something else. Cool? All right. Good. How much have I spent on guitars in total? Dude, I have no idea. Lots and lots. I mean, just in giveaways, I've spent a lot of money on guitars. And then my own guitars, yeah, I couldn't even tell you. A lot. Do you have an opinion about the Black Star Amps Fly 3? Can you recommend any tiny amps? That's a fun little amp, and we're talking tiny. We're talking like you can clip it on your belt. because it's battery operated, and I had one. I gave it away with one of the guitars that I have here. So it's a great little amp. The Fly 3, I don't know if it was the Fly 3 that I had or what, but nonetheless, that's a great little tiny amp, and it is tiny. Can you explain how to minimize the feedback from your amp when you do slides and bends? The not famous YouTuber. So the question's a little strange. To minimize feedback from your amp when you do slides and bends, because an amp doesn't feedback anymore when you slide or bend. So, not famous YouTuber, there's something else that you're talking about there. So maybe if you can tell me specifically what the sound is that you're hearing, do it in all caps too so I can see it, then maybe I can drill down. But, you know, when you bend or slide, it's not creating more feedback, okay? What do I think of musician? I think it's a game, and it's like if you want to kiss a girl, kiss a girl. If you want to kiss a picture of a girl, kiss a picture of a girl. Like it's a video game, and you want to play music, and it's not music. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that some of it is interactive with your guitar, but why wouldn't you just learn a song? You know, it may be cool at first, but honestly, just for ultimately, you're not going to find like any amazing musicians out there who are like, yeah, I learned on musician. There's just not. Maybe in the first like day or so where they were just getting their feet warm, you know, or their hands warmed up or whatever you want to say, like maybe, but no. Can I beatbox? I cannot. I'm not even going to attempt to. No, I don't think I can. Okay, so Ian is saying, when I play bar chords, I can never get the B and E string. Does this sound like anybody out there? Anybody else having a problem playing the B and E string, right? Well, yes, that makes sense, Ian, and that's everybody who plays bar chords. Here's what I want you to do, Ian. If you're not in UGS, on YouTube, search YourGuitarSage bar chords, and then also search, here's another video, 2 videos for you, I'm prescribing to you, is the effing F chord, E-F-F-I-N-G, F chord. Look both those up on YouTube, because the reason that you can't play the B and E yet is because you have not done the work to do it yet. Sorry, but that's true. And it's because you haven't focused and you don't know why it is that you're not doing it. If you knew why it is that you couldn't play that, you wouldn't do it. You'd remedy it, right? Oh, I'm muting it with this finger. I need to not do that. Then you not do that, and now the chord plays. It's just, you know, it's basic common sense, but we have to break things down. So, Ian, what I'm telling you is watch those 2 videos. Learn the effing F chord the way I teach it there. I think I have another one maybe called the 5-string versus the 6-string F chord or something like that. And I teach something similar in that too. All right? Cool. Instagram's having problems, it sounds like, huh? Okay, maybe so. Do you prefer rosewood to maple fretboards? If so, why? Nope, I don't. I'm not specific like that. Just am not. You know, to me, it's kind of like this. Yeah, you might have like a personal preference, but when people are like, oh my God, that neck is so thick, or that blanket, it's like, that's the guitar. That's like walking up to somebody and saying, oh my God, your eyes are blue. Why are they blue? Oh, I've only seen brown eyes my whole life. It's the friggin' Les Paul. It's heavy. Get over it. If you don't like it, move to something else. There's a bazillion guitars out there. Anyhow, so that's how I look at it, guitars. I'm just like, it's cool, man. It's got this fat neck. It's got this certain feel. And like, to me, that's what makes one guitar so different than the other and so cool. So that's the way I think about it. Other people are very specific with that, but it just depends on what works for you, you know? I have a modeling amp. I can't figure it out. Is this a bad amp for beginners? Aaron, it can be, but chances are it's probably a simple modeling amp, unless you have like a Kemper or you've got something like that. And even for me, the Kemper feels pretty easy, but I can see where a beginner where it would not be. So here's a suggestion. YouTube. Like, search your amp on there and search from tutorials. Read the manual. Look for the PDF online, all that stuff, you know. Do we sell merchandise? Yes, I sell merchandise. Go to shop. YGS.com. Shop YGS.com. All sorts of stuff. We got shirts. We got tons of stuff. And then if you want to know more about like equipment, go to kit.com/YourGuitarSage. Kit, K-I-T. Okay. Where should I learn music theory? Benjamin, you should learn it in the free course, YourGuitarSage.com/30. Why? Because it's literally segmented one by one, step by step, the first 30 lessons, including music theory. You don't get to be scared of it because of the way I teach it. You'll be like, dude, he tricked me. Now I know music theory. Ugh, curse him. It's super easy. Okay, so start there. Go through that course. Seriously, it's free, and because it's free. Should I keep nails for finger picking for acoustic guitar? Depends on what you like. If you don't have finger picks, don't like finger picks, you like the feel of your nails, then yes, by all means. That's why my nails are longer. Yeah. Do I ever play on a classical guitar? Any preference for high tension or low tension strings? Nope, I don't know what that means. Never heard of that, high tension, low tension, other than the obvious, but I haven't heard of someone talk about that specifically. So classical guitars, nylon strings, and the tension seems like it's very low, right? Because it's nylon and it's very bendy strings. But I love classical. I was a classical major for 3 years before I changed my major to music business because I was going to Belmont, and my folks were like, if it costs that much, you're going to get a real career in business. And so that's what I did. It's cool. It's all good. I'm not angry about it. No, I'm not. And seriously, it was a great education. But nonetheless, yeah, I was a classical guitar major. Do you sing through your guitar amp? What's the best vocal equipment to use? No, you don't want to sing through your guitar amp. That would sound horrible. It would sound like a voice going through a guitar amp. It would sound horrible. So you want to get like a PA or something with full range speakers. So it has the lows, it's got the mids, it's got the highs, because your voice, when you're speaking like this, if it goes through a 12-inch speaker that's being driven by tubes and it's got overdrive and reverb on it, it's just going to sound weird, you know? Do you have any new videos on triads in soloing? I've got lots of videos on arpeggios and sweep picking, and which is all triads, at least the way that I was teaching it. So any new videos on triads in soloing? No, just videos. Tons of them inside Unstoppable. Lots of stuff on arpeggios. You can just search Your Guitar Sage Arpeggio, Your Guitar Sage Sweep, Your Guitar Sage Triads. This is on YouTube or UGS. Obviously in UGS you've got the whole courses where you may just have a couple videos on YouTube. What do you think of the Jamstick? I don't know. Jamstack? I don't know anything about that, Jeff. Jamstack. Huh. I need to check it out. I don't know. Have I used Fender Cyber Deluxe amp? What do you think of it? No, I never have. I should go on tour. Thank you. Okay. Advise anything, Noah's saying. Noah, believe in yourself. Is theory important? Yes, theory is important if you care to know what's going on. Theory is like, not Siri, theory. Theory is important if you want to know the construction of music. It's really cool. It's kind of like if you wanted to be a carpenter and you said, is measuring important? Because like, I'm just going to put a wall there and I got this wood and I know how to hammer. And you start assembling your wall, right? Like the guy that did this wall, literally in this room. We call this the Dr. Seuss room because the walls are like cattywampus and stuff. Nonetheless, it's important to measure when you're doing carpentry. It's important to know music theory when you're playing music. I will argue it till the day I die, and even after, my ghost will come back and haunt you. For those people that say, you don't need music theory, this so-and-so didn't know any music theory. Trust me, they literally don't know that they don't know music theory. That's how much they don't know music theory. And then they lean on their ego and they say, I don't know music theory, I just play, man. It just comes through me, man. BS. Yes, they get good at what they do from just repetition, but they're playing patterns, they're playing the same major and minor scale that we're all playing. They just don't know what they're playing. They literally don't know that they don't know that they know theory. Does that make sense? Adrian Ballou says he doesn't know any music theory. He knows music theory, okay? And that guy is wickedly more successful as a guitar player, not a teacher, but a guitar player than I am, or will be, because it's just not my plan for my life. But with that being said, he too believes that he doesn't know music theory. He knows music theory. He knows patterns. He knows this. We know this intrinsically through the ear. If we go, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, how is it that we can all sing that song? Whoa. It's not because of music theory. Well, okay. Well, somehow you're hitting all of the right frequencies because of something. Well, I just memorized them. Okay, you did. You memorized the pattern because that major scale is so built in, it's intrinsically built into us, not intrinsically, but we've heard it so much over the years that it is just part of us now. Okay, so you can't get away from it. So basically lean into the thing that you think that you don't know, but you know. You learn a chord, you know music theory. Call this a bridge, call this a nut. Well, that's not really music theory, but you say this is an E major chord, that's music theory. What about the major scale? Oh, it's music theory. There's a definite pattern to it. So if you don't want to do it, just go all the way out. Don't tune the guitar at all and play, man. Play feel-wise. If you really aren't using music theory, then I challenge you. Let me tune the guitar for you, and you just use your ear, bro. Just use your ear. Oh, well, there has to be patterns. I know. It's called music theory. Okay? I'll keep arguing it to the day I die. And after, my ghost will come back and haunt you. Learn music theory. It's easy if you got a guy or a gal who's teaching it to you the right way. Okay? Step by step. Okay? I stretch my fingers 40 minutes before playing. Is it okay? Wow, Andy. How much are you playing or practicing? If you're playing for like 10 hours, I'd say that's perfect. Still maybe excessive, but if you're stretching for 40 minutes, wow. I don't know. Seems excessive, but I don't know if it works for you, you know. How to improve playing and how to use inversions in playing any major or minor progression. You got to get in the free program. I can tell the way people ask questions that where they're at, okay? Asking real general questions means you don't know the general things. So a more specific question would allow me to know that you know blank, but you don't. It's okay, because no one did in the beginning. We got to learn, right? Rohit, start in the free program, YourGuitarSage.com/30. There's a ton of people that have been playing for 20, 30, 40 years that don't have those basics covered because they jumped over stuff. They skipped over it. When you skip over something, it doesn't mean that you got it. It just means that you skipped it. You didn't do it. So now all of a sudden you're like, well, I've been playing for 30 years, and I got all these holes in my playing. Wow, does that sound like you? That's because that's everybody. Because unless you're following something step by step, unless you're with me from the very beginning and I'm walking you through it step by step, you're going to be leaving stuff out on the table. And 99.9999999% of all guitar players, that's how they learned. They didn't start off, take a couple nines off of there. They didn't start that way, right? Nowadays, people are joining programs like mine and whoever else. If it's step by step, then man, they're saving so much time and energy by not jumping around and, you know, all the rest. Okay, all you Les Paul Gibbons is real? Are you saying are my Les Pauls real? Yes, they're all real. I would not buy a fake, especially at the price that they charge for them. Indeed, no. Can I write a letter to you? If so, how? Benjamin. Thank you, Benjamin. That would be kind. Yes, I tell you what. I've got a P.O. box, but I don't know it off the top of my head. We'll put it in the chat or something like that. It's in a lot of my videos, so if you look in the description of my video, you'll find it there, okay? Cool. Been playing for 25 years. Just got into slide on cigar box guitars as well. Any pointers or advice? Joshua, that's fun. Yeah, I have a cigar box guitar, and they are super fun. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I'd say watch some basic videos on slide. There's some bits and pieces to know. If you're in UGS, if you're doing the trial program of that, it costs like $1. You can literally see everything inside that program. It's like 1,000 videos. Then do that, and then I've got slide videos for you, okay? I'm not the best slide player in the world. I'll be the first person to tell you. In fact, I would like to get a very proficient slide player in here, teacher, to do some stuff with us for UGS and what have you. In fact, that's what I'm going to be doing in UGS is getting some other talent that do things that are outside my wheelhouse, right? You can only focus on so many things and be good at it, friends. And I do so much teaching and so much, what I do that I would rather get someone who really, really, really knows what they're doing to just slay it. Okay, if I was teaching flamenco guitar, I might know some basics. I might could get you to a certain level, but a real flamenco guitar player is going to take you there, right? So same thing with the slide. I can show you the basics there, Joshua, and I do inside the program. But if you really want to get good at it, find a good slide course, It is stupid to buy guitars online without holding it first. I bought lots of guitars online without holding it first. Unless the guitar is like literally broken, you almost can always adjust a guitar. That being said, if it's a $200 guitar that has 3.5 stars on Amazon, you're going to get what you pay for. If it's a $600 guitar that has 4.5, 5 stars, you're probably going to get what you pay for, and even more so there because you got all these great reviews, okay? Just make sure the reviews aren't loaded too. Like sometimes they can be on Amazon or wherever. People load reviews like that all the time. It's not cool, but they do it. So with that being said, I bought lots of guitars online. This one I bought online. Never played it. I know Line 6, and I know they make killer stuff. And I had no doubt. And James Tyler, the guy that designs these guitars, is a badass. So I knew, reputation. Reputation is really important. If somebody has a good reputation, why would they fail all of a sudden when they never have before? Very, very rarely ever, right? So do that. Find something that's got a good reputation, good reviews, all that good stuff, Okay, how do I strengthen my fingers now? Because I may have overstretched them. I don't think you've overstretched them. You don't worry about it. Strengthen your fingers, play guitar. Okay, I'm hopefully going to be starting a band with my friends very soon. Do you have any advice? Yes. Don't say, I'm going to be starting a band. Show up with your instruments and start a band, Elliot. Like, get in there and have fun. I'm not picking on you. I'm calling you up to just show up, start the band, like start doing something. Recommend a song. Everybody listen to this song or listen to these 3 songs or these 10 songs. Probably 3 songs, okay? Listen to these 3 songs, get really good at them. Let's meet on this day. Boom, we got a band. Because if you just show up and everybody's like, what are you doing? What do you want to play? I don't know. What do you want to play? I don't know. Then you're going to have a lot of that, and that's not very efficient. I would leave like that if a band called me and that's what they were doing, I'd be like, what the hell's going on here? So have a plan so that when you show up, you're doing what you need to do, okay? What's my favorite musician? Who's my favorite musician? I don't know if I have a favorite. I have so many that I love. Maybe it would be Chopin. Chopin, I think, is my favorite musician. Piano. It's a beast. And then it would probably be, and maybe tying for number 1 is Tchaikovsky. And I love Mozart, I love Bach, but Tchaikovsky and Chopin are like some of my favorites. Love, love, love. Okay, where'd you get that sweatshirt? Thanks. I don't know. I've had it quite a while. What guitar do you play most and when? And when, I think you're saying. Dr. Hoffman, I play the Les Paul a lot, and I play this Stratocaster. Those are the ones I play most of the time. All right, maybe I should bump over. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here really quickly. Actually, we're going to be going here in just 1 minute. Let me go ahead and tell you a few things here really quickly, and then I'll get 1 or 2 more questions on out, okay? 4 things really quickly. No, 3 things. Guys, thank you for doing all caps with the question mark, okay? That helps a lot because I was able to really drill down. So let's keep that going. Cool? For those folks that donated today, thank you so much. We truly appreciate that because we always go out and eat afterwards. So I really, really, truly appreciate that. The boys appreciate that. They're happy, okay? So thank you for that. Number 2, this Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, March the 16th. I'll be at Groon Guitar. We're going to be doing a meetup. What's a meetup? It just means you show up there and you meet. And you're like, what's up, dude? And that's it. You're just talking. shooting the crap, talking about guitars, talking about amps. It's not like we're playing. We could just sit there with the guitars for, a few. But nonetheless, it's going to be a lot of fun. Meet up this Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 to 3 p.m. Groon Guitars, be there, be square. That's number 2. Number 3, Instagram post. Right here, man. Instagram post. It's on Instagram. Instagram sounds like it may be having some issues right now. If it is, just do it later on in the day. Write yourself a note on your hand. 3 things that you need to do. Find this post, right? Once you find the post, there's 3 things. Like it. Hit the little heart button. Comment on it. Say, this is so awesome. Yeah. And then number 3 is you got to be following me. Okay, cool. And then I'll put you into the running to win a lifetime membership to the Unstoppable Guitar System /365. Cool. All right. And number 4 is March the 23rd. I'm going to be doing a the biggest live broadcast that we've done yet. I think the most giveaways that we've done. Just all. Okay. It's going to be 4 hours long. Now, 1 hour is the most important part. That's where I'm teaching the lesson. But I'm going to hang with you for another 3 hours. Why? Because number 1, I love you guys. I love this community. And it's flipping awesome. Okay. So I want to help you guys to get to that next level. So I'll be teaching for 1 hour and then 3 hours of questions afterwards. If you like, I'm here for you. I'm going to be giving away this beautiful gold top Les Paul Classic. It's a Les Paul Classic. Yes, it's made in America. And this beautiful Robert Cray Signature Edition Stratocaster. It sounds amazing. Just watch my, live.com right there, YourGuitarSage.com/live to sign up for that. And what else about that? I'm going to be teaching you that day. I'm going to be teaching you how to break down a song, how to break down a solo. I showed you that about an hour ago. So for those folks that are like, what are you talking about? Review this, go back about an hour into this video, and is that right, an hour? Yeah, go back about an hour, and I actually am showing you the free program that you'll get by signing up for the broadcast. And it also enters you into the contest, all right? It's the only thing you got to do. It's free. It's like the only thing we ask, I think, is your name and email. So when you win, we can send you something and all that good stuff. Also, so that we can send you a thank you series, which I showed you, okay? So lots of really great stuff, my friends. You rule. Thank you so much. This is the March 13th of Guitar Show. You guys rocked. Really, truly appreciate it. Great questions and all that good stuff. Join me online. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out of here.